Invincible was one of the best things that I've seen this year, and I don't say that very often. Often I'm very critical of what I see, and I try to find the mistakes or the cringe things that I find in most shows. But Invincible has exceeded my expectations. Granted that the animation could have been better, but I feel like this sort of simplistic animation with this deep and gory story really goes well. Invincible has always been about fearing the unknown. In a way, it's sort of a cosmic horror and an action genre animated show more than what people think it is. Because every season we get new enemies from space or from Earth which are extremely powerful and they have the ability to destroy Earth as we know it. In this season, the fear of the unknown became heightened as there were multiversal threats, there were threats from Viltrumites, and there were threats from other Invincible as well. So Invincible was always on the edge and he was always training and always trying to protect the Earth because if he doesn't protect the Earth is done for. And we can see this a lot as the episodes progress and Invincible just becomes tired of trying to protect the Earth and he doesn't really have time for himself. At times he wishes that he could escape his fate, but his duty as a superhero and to protect his family comes first. Now I know that a lot of people hated on the scene where Invincible just let Ollie fight on his own and he was just resting with his girlfriend and took that scene as a joke. But we have to understand that Invincible was constantly trying to protect the Earth, protect his families, and he just never really had a chance to rest because it was always one enemy after the other and one Viltrumite after the other. He was always in a constant state of fighting and protecting people. Now, when I went to the episode Invincible War, I was fully satisfied with what I saw. I was not a comic book reader, and once I saw that Invincible was going to fight variants of himself, I got excited because it was kind of unpredictable. Because each of these variants could be way stronger than he is, and it was just chaos in this episode because it took him a lot of time to defeat all the Viltrumite variants. And every single variant had this unique backstory to them, which made them very interesting. And I did find it annoying that Angstrom Levy kind of survived. I mean, he should have just unalived him right there and then, but for some reason, he has been granted another pass to another season. Now, as if that wasn't bad enough, he had to fight Conquest immediately, and he had no time to catch his breath whatsoever. At first, I thought that he was going to beat the crap out of Conquest, but it seems that wasn't the case. Conquest almost killed Mark, he almost killed Adam Eve, and he almost killed Oliver. And to see that fight play out was something out of a horror movie because we had no idea if Mark would actually survive or not. In the end, he barely defeated Conquest with his arms broken, his legs broken. He had nothing to use but his head, and he defeated that villain with his head. And even after all of this, Cecile, one of the best characters of this show, is trying to use these Viltrumites and otherworldly beings and turn them into his puppets because if Mark is gone, then the Earth is toast. So all of this makes me really fall in love with the world of Invincible because, again, it's like cosmic horror. You don't know who will show up in the next episode. You don't know if Mark will be able to handle the villains because from the looks of it, he barely escapes or finishes the villains himself. But what do you guys think about this season and the ending that we saw? Do you think Invincible is one of the best American animated TV shows out there? Or it could have been better? Let me know in the comments, and also don't forget to subscribe.